Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Justin here, and today I've got a comparison between the cameras on the HTC 10 and the Samsung Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge. The HTC 10 was a huge improvement from previous years, while Samsung has always been known to have some great cameras, and that was seen once again this year. This only makes for a very interesting comparison, but by the way, if you would like to pick up these skins featured on these smartphones from Dbrand, be sure to check the link in the description section below. First up is the camera on the HTC 10. It features a 12 megapixel f1.8 aperture camera with optical image stabilization, laser autofocus, and the pixel size of the main sensor is 1.55 microns, so letting in quite a bit of light. The camera itself has the ability to record 4K video, and the front features a 5 megapixel f1.8 camera. As you may have heard, this is the first smartphone that has optical image stabilization on the front and rear facing cameras. The Samsung Galaxy S7 on the other hand have a 12 megapixel rear facing camera with the f-stop of 1.7. It features phase detection autofocus, optical image stabilization as well, and a pixel size of 1.4 microns. Of course, you still have the ability to record 4K video, and this year, as you may have noticed, Samsung did dial down the megapixel count to fit in a larger pixel size in the sensor, claiming for better low light performance. And on the front, you will find a wide angle 5 megapixel f1.7 camera. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some samples. So as you can see from these images, both cameras did perform very well. One thing you may notice is in some shots, the Samsung Galaxy S7 definitely overexposed, while occasionally the HTC 10 was the one that was slightly overexposed. Both cameras did a relatively good job in the color balance for the most part, with the Samsung leaning towards its classic cooler tone and the HTC to a slightly warmer tone like we've seen on the iPhones. Although Samsung does like to add saturation and sharpness in post, I have to say it does result for the better for the most part. One thing I also noticed on the HTC was that it was a little bit soft to the edges. And although the HTC camera definitely held up, I have to say that in terms of photo quality, the Samsung Galaxy S7 still have the edge. When it comes to the low light images, despite the HTC 10 having a little bit of a larger pixel size, which supposedly lets in a little bit more light, the Samsung Galaxy S7 definitely produces the better image overall, but the HTC 10 isn't horrible. When it comes to the front-facing camera, the Samsung Galaxy S7 by far has the widest one on the market. That's definitely a huge plus when you're trying to fit a lot of people in the picture, but the HTC 10 did a better job in the color balancing. When it comes to the 4K video samples, once again both cameras did a pretty good job and there really isn't any huge complaints. When comparing, however, I'm sure you would agree that the Samsung Galaxy S7 produces a better quality. The HTC 10 just doesn't seem as sharp and the colors are a little bit off. Looking at the second clip, once again I noticed that the HTC 10 was a little bit too warm in terms of the color. When you're looking at the shots side by side with the Samsung Galaxy S7 though, you will notice that just under the boat where the shadows are, the Samsung Galaxy S7 kind of clipped it out while the HTC 10 still retains that detail. Coming to the conclusion, I have to say I was pretty impressed by how big of a comeback HTC made this year. Obviously with Samsung, we've known them for a few years and they've always been very good about the cameras, but even up to last year, HTC's camera was quite disappointing. From the video and photo test though, it definitely stood its ground and I'm sure you won't be disappointed by it, but in my personal opinion, the Samsung Galaxy S7 still wins. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison and I'll see you all in the next video.